So last time I tried explaining this in my last video, I kept repeating myself. So I wanted to make this video again, but to those who watched the old one and didn't have much of an understanding, this will probably help better. Firstly, Peroxide AI has set difficulty depending on your rank, your level, and your stats, excuse me, with some bosses getting a greater value than the normal AI. And there are set examples for these to easily tell what I mean. If you decide to do an innovation ranked B, D, lower, or even just going up to straight to A if you want to try that too, I don't think there's a rank A, but I could be wrong. The AI will be a set level, rank, and stats, regardless of what you have. So you shouldn't have much trouble once you have an experience, right? Well, technically, I guess you are right, but we're just going to focus on these ranks. D rank has probably the easiest way you can learn the AI, what it's need to do, how it works, and how to learn it. Now, luckily for me, as someone who, has done with the AI for a while now, as a hollow this time, it's been a lot easier to tell what the AI might actually do. Sometimes it's still unpredictable, even with latency, server lag, or lag in general. But I really don't mind whatever it is because I'm not a PvP person. I'm just doing this so I can prove an example for those who are new, who are just started, or doesn't have a lot of experience. Now, if we want to get to the bosses, however, and you're having troubles with those, then you have a valid reason to be annoyed, but then after a while, you shouldn't really struggle as much. Unlike if you had the troubles like I just mentioned not too long ago. Now, for Soul Reaper AI, it's technically kind of unfair if you think about it, because when you start your Shikai version of the boss fight, you'll be rank D, you'll be a level 15, and your stats, if you know what you're doing, should be recently in a good set level. However, due to some people may not knowing what to do to get their Shikai, this might actually become a problem later on. Because if you're someone like me who somehow went from level 15 to level 20 before starting the Shikai fight, and your stats were all even, mind you, which you should not be doing when you first start, you're going to run into a lot of trouble. Now, similar to me, a lot of other people probably done the same thing. They probably watched a certain person playing Peroxide, their favorite YouTuber, for me it was Tankfish, and thought this could be easily be done. I think I can have an enjoyment in this game, and just possibly be proven wrong. And to some other people, I don't blame you. This does cause a lot of issues, and unlike that, I stopped trying to do Soul Reaper, and I decided to play as Hollow instead. And I think that's where everyone should at least start to get an understanding of the AI. Soul Reapers are kind of like the advanced version of a Hollow. Way more difficult, but still much more manageable like any other class. So, as a starter player, if you ever want to do this, play as a Hollow, or if you want a similar skill level and just don't want to be playing as a Hollow, do Quincy. They both have the same amount of progression. They roughly have the same amount of AI level difficulty, and overall, it's not hard to do. Both can actually take the same amount of time, if not less, than one another. And for bosses, they're pretty easy. You don't get a lot of bosses except one. However, those are requirement bosses. If you wanted to up your skills, just like how Hollow and Quincy share that, you need to face the same boss. For Hollow, it's your inner spirit, and for Quincy, it's just the normal boss you have to fight normally. These are quite understandable, and for Soul Reaper, it's luckily the same thing, just in a different manner. Unlike the other bosses, Soul Reapers is a little in between. Hollows is probably the harder boss that I've had difficulty with. I don't know, I just didn't get to understand the boss's AI very well. And for Quincy, I haven't done it yet, but I might get to it. So, if anyone wants to learn the I suggest you pick the one or the other classes to even get a better understanding. And then if you ever want to switch to Soul Reaper or get a slot for a Soul Reaper, you at least have more acknowledgement of what the AI can do and how you're able to counteract it and fight it. Now, that's it for the rework of this video explaining the AIs, because in simple math, it's not hard to understand. But I want to speak about my old video. I said next week I will be editing a video for Deepwoken and showing people how Deepwoken tests its players, makes them learn, and overall how they can understand their way of the AI. But I might move this on to a later date. I recently just had to wipe my old progression because it was an Iron Sting build, but that was 2 months ago. 2 months. That means the game has possibly updated a lot since then, and my build is basically incomplete at this point. So I gotta redo that, and I just never have the time to regrind all those stats. I may do it when I feel up to it, but for now, I'm moving that to a later date. However, I might be doing more Peroxide videos explaining certain progressions, like Soul Reapers, Hollows, and Quincy's. I know there's enough videos about that as is, but I will be teaching players more advanced stuff like the classes, what they're meant to be for, the builds they should go for, and possibly what items they should be looking for. Now, this won't be as hard as I thought for editing videos, but it should be pretty easy. I mean, what other builds are there that can be very good and more understanding for players? AKA how spirit builds are super broken, mind you. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this new video. I'm very sorry if my old one was stupid and I kept repeating myself, but I'm still kind of getting used to talking more openly, I should say. I don't know. This is like a long while since I've done a video, and my speech patterns is way different due to autism and ADHD. So I do apologize for my repeat habits, and I hope you all can understand that I don't mean to repeat myself. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Come back next time to see any other videos I will be posting. Like if you ever like this video, subscribe if you ever want to keep up with my content, which I'm still going to try to do only weekly uploads, but hey, I may change my schedule once in a while, so you never know when a new video comes out. Comment down below of how you guys feel about this video. Hopefully I did very well for the editing, because it's not as easy for me. And I'll see you all later. This has been Iron Clockwork. Peacing out.